please allow me to elaborate a few
Sure.
points on the achievements of the association, because over the years, really, if we want to talk about the achievements of NAPSA, I think we will spend the whole day here, the whole day and night, because it's interesting to note at some point, even the government lost trust and confidence in Gambian students. That was before the coming of NAPSA, you know, and there were scarce of scholarships and, sponsorship, from that end. But with the coming of NAPSA, with the intervention of NAPSA, we were able to restore back the trust and confidence in Gambian, in the government. And because what we believe in is what makes us different from any other person, any other group. So I think that with me, I think that is something very, very big that we have achieved, because coming around and restoring something that you have always almost lost, was something that is very, very big. And not only that, but I think there is something in NAPSA that needs to be talked about.
What's that?
And that is the things that make us who we are. And some of these things are, like I said before, our sense of orientation, what we believe in, and how we go about doing what we actually believe.
What do you believe in?
We believe in peace, and we believe in the table. Because there, of course, there must be problems. We know that. Problems are inevitable. But when problems arise, what is more important is how you go about solving the problem. Resorting to violence, we believe in NAPSA that cannot solve any problem, because there is no way to peace. We believe peace is the only way. And this is why all this time, anytime there is a small bit of problems anywhere, in the schools, in the regions, all that we do is we resort to the table. We dialogue with the people concerned. And at the end of the day, we were able to make peace. So these are some of the achievements, most important achievements of the National Patriotic Students Association. And these are things that we believe in. And these are things that we stand on. These are our foundations. So I think they are very, very important, and they need to be talked about. People need to know. People need to realize or see the difference between us and other youth or our predecessors.
Okay.
If you
now,
like.
Now to the constraints.
Now our constraints. Yeah. Of course, like any other youth group, we have our constraints. There are activities, of course, that we want to embark on, but because there are limited funds, it is difficult for us to embark on them. And one of such, I think, is regional integration. You may ask why regional integration, because we feel it is important that the concept or the belief that NAPSA has, needs to be injected even within the region, the sub-region.
Okay.
Because what makes us who we are is unprecedented and is unheard of anywhere in the sub-region. So we feel it is high time that we injected this into our colleagues in the sub-region, our colleagues in Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, you name it. Because if you watch the media all this while, you've seen a lot of unrest, even from students, and I feel, yes, you could be offended in some way or the other, but the best way that you can solve your problems is to resort to the table with the people concerned. So that was why we even had our first regional integration with the Guinea-Bissau Student Union, CONAGIP. Yeah, that was in 2009, 2010, yeah. Yeah, and we actually wanted it to continue, but because there are limited funds, those things wouldn't really happen. And I think if we are able to have all this, if not all, but the majority of the countries in the sub-region, at the end of the day, we can even come up with a sub-regional student union, and whose belief would have to be peace on the table. So I think these are some of our constraints. Yeah, and basically our most important constraint is
and Usman, how do you think people should help you? Or if they are to help you, how can they help you?
Okay, yeah, like he rightly mentioned, two heads are better than one. Because when we talk about students, I think everybody should be ready to come, to the table and be ready to help. Yeah, in areas that one can help us, and if you want to help us, like we have office which is at educational director, Region 1. Yeah, if you come there, you know, you do meet our members, the executive members there, whom you can talk to, and also the chairperson is normally there very often, you know. So those are the people that you can connect to, you know, and be bringing something that is very much tangible that you can use to help us. But I also want to talk about the African integration, because when you look at it, when the continent is affected, you know, the Gambia must be affected, since we are part of the continent. So that's why we need that help very much in this area, because we want to, you know, we have the sense of you know, bringing, you know, people together, you know, and we also make, you know, other countries to believe in peace, you know, other students, yeah, to make them understand that peace is the only way, and that's why we also need help in this area. Yeah. And also one of the constraints that we normally have is to access students at times is something very difficult.
To have access to students?
Yeah, so time to time is at times, you know, a bit difficult, because in the sense that at times when we invite them, you know, even if they are to turn out, is something very difficult.
Don't you have representative in all the schools?
No, the information will go, and, you know, promises will be there, you know, but now at the end of the day, we wait until the 12th hour when they will not turn back. So these are some of the things that we do, you know, encounter time to time.
If I may come in there, we have representatives in almost all these regions, but the thing is, once they come down to the Congress, you know, we select the representative and they work for 1, 2, 3 months and they fade out, simply because the distance. Yeah, but in this era of communication, we cannot talk about, you know, communication problem. But most importantly, I think it's finance, because they would also have to be getting into remote schools within the region. And once that communication is not being facilitated, it's always difficult for them to carry on their activities. And, you know, we are not strong enough to provide, let's say, motorbikes or vehicles or even bicycles. The office cannot really do that. We could have done if we had the money, but we don't have that. So it is difficult for this representation to continue. So what we do is we have, for now, the regions that are effectively contributing, effectively represented, or yeah, something like that. KM Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, a few.
Region 3, yeah.
And, you know, but another constraint that we have is the issue of scholarship, because we do offer scholarship to Gambian students, but we would have wanted it to be on a bigger scale. But because there are limited funds, the funds cannot actually do for all that. So seriously, we have
they are signaling me. I know you people have a lot to say, but they are signaling me. Fatou, before we go, what can the Gambian people expect in the coming years? Can I say 10 years of success?
Yes.
Okay, what can the Gambian student expect from you? Gambian students, what can they expect from you?
I want to assure them that they expect a lot from us, because within these 10 years we've been able to achieve a lot. And before we just close, I will take this opportunity to introduce our NAPSA Bantaba. It's launched now, and it will be coming every Saturday. It's a program.
What is that? What is NAPSA Bantaba?
It's NAPSA Bantaba. It's a TV program where NAPSA will be here exclusively to talk about activities of NAPSA, or the programs that we do have. And I just want to tell the Gambian students that with commitment and dedication, of course, we will see more changes. And I want to urge them to change their habits of, you know, when schools just resume. It's one of our constraints as well. When schools resume, most students will not want to go to school the first week. We are trying to do something about it, but it's always a difficulty. And unless this is changed, you know, it's going to be otherwise. So I want to urge them to understand that and to know that, yeah, with Gambian students, the sky would just be a stepping point. And therefore, I just want to thank everybody for supporting us, particularly the Chief Executive of the country, His Excellency the President, and the Minister for Basic and Secondary Education, and all those who are supporting us in our noble cause.
Usman, just in a few seconds, because it's almost time.
Yeah, okay, I will just say happy anniversary to all Gambian students. And I will also say the country can move without its billionaires. The country can move without its capitalists, but this country cannot move without its labor force. So we are the labor force of this country. As students, let's tighten our belt and move the Gambia to where we want it to be.
Yes, Buba?
Yes, I will take this opportunity to inform